I'll make you a deal. I give it up. I give up the crystal, and I will not ascend. And I just want one thing. I will freely give you the crystal. Just give him another shot. Let him reincarnate. Give him another chance, a better chance where he's not in that shitty situation. And who knows? It's up to him what he does with it. I want to save his soul. Give him another shot.
That's...
And I'll give this to you. And you won't have to worry about me anymore.
Is this in reference to Ryu?
Yeah, Ryu.
Right, yeah. You feel their gazes, and you
Fuck it.
just
Fuck.
you're trembling as you are expelled from the void creature.
As we're getting expelled, I wanna call out to Death, actually. Just try in those final moments. See if I can just ask Death a question. Just yell out to him specifically, desperately. Do I sense his presence or
Yeah, he's among
yeah.
the gods.
How's it going? Death, tell me. I just want to know, what would you have done? What would the gods have done if I had completed this?
Welcomed someone new among us.
Terrifying. Yeah, that's it then.
Okay.
Yep, you're expelled from the creature, as well as Ryu is also expelled along with you.
Oh wait, he's with us? What?
You got the deal.
You
Oh, wait. Oh, that wasn't what I... Oh. That... I think I misspoke then, the deal.
There was a bit earlier on where it sounded like he would... I mean, he was going to get out alive, but he probably might not want to live.
No, Felina was asking to reincarnate him. Give him another roll around. Like a new life from the start.
That would have been awkward after that conversation. He was actually he was gonna be expelled as well. It was just it'd be difficult. Instead he just feels like actually he's a baby now somewhere.
Yeah.
But hey,
yeah,
I think that probably maybe that helps.
Yeah, as you guys fall out, it's like, Angelo, Felina, what the hell?
And Dominica says, "No time, Scott!" And all of you have to crowd together as Scott throws up the bubble.
Oh yeah, Hero grabs Ryu and pulls him towards Scott. Come on, Scott, do it.
Yeah, Angelo dives.
And yep, there's a gigantic explosion as the void creature is blown up into a plume of light that blinds you as everything just rumbles. And then the next thing you know, as after this huge blinding light, as your vision comes back, the void creature is gone, and so is all trace of the void.
You did it.
It worked. Angelo turns to Felina and he just gets her in a really tight hug. I was right to trust you. There is someone.
Felina just kind of cries.
Hero just suddenly Hero hugs both of you. You guys,
Felina worms out of the hug.
You guys did it. You helped save my... Thank you.
So, yeah, Angelo returns to hug the hero. Of course we would. Of course we would. We did it. Of course, I said it would be easy. We did it, right? No problem.
Yeah.
Not a
Yeah.
scratch. Not a scratch on us.
Once they're done hugging, Felina kind of stands there awkwardly, staring at them while they hug.
Yeah, once that's done, Angelo just kind of like, climbs to his feet. He kind of
As soon as as the second they're done hugging and Angela's free of him, Felina's going to punch Hero as hard as she can in the face, which isn't very hard. She's not using her powers or anything. She is just five-finger sandwich, just slugging him as hard as she can.
No.
What?
And then Felina just says, "I'm so sorry. That Hero, I'm sorry. All the stuff I've done to you, trying to turn you into something or break you, or I don't know. I this whole time I thought it was, in good fun. I thought, sometimes you really did piss me off, and sometimes, I was really frustrated with you, but I don't think it was. I'm sorry, Hira. I think I just hate you, and
Huh?
I wasn't treating you fair."
Apology accepted?
Yeah.
Angelo.
You're a good person, Hero. You really are. I just really don't want to look at you. And yeah, Felina's gonna turn and, leave the room. She's got a lot to process right now.
Yep.
What the hell just happened?
The strangest apology I've ever witnessed just happened.
I say.
She's got a lot to work through right now, and it's probably best that you're not there for it.
Got it.
But you're
Man.
Ryu, he's here.
Ryu.
Ryu pries himself up.
Ryu.
As does Heihachi, Hiro's grandfather.
Oh, he's alive. He's
Yeah.
good.
Grandpa.
And Ryu looks at you between you all and says, "Oh, didn't think I'd make it out."
No. The nightmare's over.
Might be too
Hey.
soon to call on that, but
But how? How did you...
he was in there. What I imagine is the vestiges of him. He told me how to crack the crystal and kill it, so I'll say this, Hero, it's not going to be easy. Felina may have made an offer that will help him, but his troubles aren't quite over. I need you to understand that.
No. I figured.
How are you doing now, Ryu?
He just blinks and says, "Well, realizing that I lost."
You lost.
Oh, man.
And the Hasagawas won again.
Is that what this comes down to?
Hearing this, Ryu just kind of laughs and cries and then just hugs Ryu. Dumbass.
I can see how you two got on so well. You're both stubborn as a rock.
Absolute dumbass.
Yeah, Heihachi also just brings you both into a hug and just says, "Ah, back together again."
Get her.
So, with that, let's fast forward.
Oh, wow. This is fucking, Zoom. Let's go.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Unless anyone has any objections.
No.
I don't know.
Mm.
I kind of want to do a scene, but
I think considering we're on the fast forward stage, I think if you want to do a scene, we should do a scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of depends on whoever like goes to check on or finds Felina first.
I want to
No,
say that
she's-
Angelo warned off Hero, but I think Angelo's gonna go look for her definitely after what they just went through.
Sylvana as well.
Yeah, it could be Sylvana. In theory, it could be Scott, but I doubt Scott would be. She's probably on a rooftop somewhere looking out at the ocean, so I doubt Scott would be as well equipped to. Sylvana could work. It's up to GM. Hell, maybe it's Dominica. It's up to you.
We'll have Sylvana find you first.
Yeah.
Angelo is with the others for a bit.
Alina's just crying on the rooftop, tears streaming down her face.
Yeah, Sylvana just climbs up and says, "It usually is on a rooftop, huh?"
You didn't say anything back there. I mean, I know you said the stuff with Randall, but I mean, what did they? That seems like something Angela would come up with, maybe.
Hero, actually.
Helena says, "What do you think? Not doing it? Do you think I did the right thing? Or I don't know. Do you think it would have been okay if I had? You probably know me better than any of them."
Well, I thought you had all of that really. I thought you had had more of it figured out than I guess you did. I thought you could use those powers for, well, to put an end to all this. But
I wanted to. I was going to. Or, I mean, was trying to figure something out with the creature.
I guess
Or, again, I could have thrown the crystal into it if I had just gotten to use it that one time. And
maybe I was wrong, though. Maybe power does just change you. Maybe.
I'm so powerful.
Yeah, but you didn't descend to godhood.
No, that was never my plan, to ascend to godhood. But, yeah, when the gods were leaving, that's what Death said. I would have been one of them. Maybe I would have regretted it if I had done it, That's definitely not what I want in my life, but, and Felina, looks there's. I do. I regret it. And now I'm gonna have to live with that for the rest of my life.
Maybe I'll regret. Maybe there'll come a day where I regret how I've spent my life.
Helena does, look at Sylvana and her eyes widen a bit at that. And then she kind of grins and, puts Sylvana in a half embrace, rubs her arm I don't know. Maybe that would be the best thing for you, honestly.
Maybe letting other people in wasn't so bad. Maybe it was necessary.
And yeah, after that, Felina just starts sobbing on the rooftop.
Yeah.
And hugs Sylvana.
Yeah, she just sits with you.
Yeah, I don't got anything else.
Yeah, I don't think Angelo needs to intrude on that ending.
Yeah,
Alright.
Hero.
Okay. So let's fast forward a couple of days.
I think that's the final battle where I did not get a scratch. Well, emotionally,
Yeah.
it wasn't so great, but
So you're all in the Hasagawa household. The village is being rebuilt. Ryu is voluntarily just decided to, you know, go and after got his lumps from people, but decided to voluntarily just put himself in the town jail for a bit, at least, while they figure out what to do with him.
Angelo, I
Yeah.
think, joins in on the rebuilding efforts because it's easier than confronting everyone after the calm down. And I think he just needed time to think.
Helena does remind him that, we do need to appear in Emberwell before it gets too late.
Oh yes, I know. We'll teleport back. We've got a bridge to anywhere. We'll get back as we need to. Is Angelo brushing that off?
Yeah. And Hero, you've been having Seka hover around you for the past few days.
Seka, I appreciate you're worried, but I'm seriously trying to help people here, rebuilding here.
Well, maybe you should help rebuild my house.
What do you think I'm doing?
This is my house specifically. Just come on.
As soon as I'm done here, I can do that.
Maybe if Felina was all powerful, she would sever him from his obliviousness. Or no, she would make it worse. She'd make him even dumber, actually. Angelo thinks as he just hammers nails into a fence.
Yeah.
Does he hammer him with hard wind?
Yeah, Angelo just stands in front of a hammer and nails, and they just fucking hover and do all the work for him. Angelo's job is really just kind of more of a fucking magic-powered foreman as he just moves stuff around with his mind and wind.
Yeah. You hear your Hero's dad tells Hero's grandfather that he probably shouldn't be moving around like he is. But Heihachi is feeling like he's made a full recovery, even though he still has a bit of a limp in himself.
Well, that's
as he's walking around putting things together.
The senior Vambrace, was that did that get lost in the void, or was that still in the castle at the end of it?
Still in the castle at the end.
I think Angelo retrieves it but stows it away, like he's not using the thing.
Right.
Yeah. I removed that from my inventory, I think, but... Oh no, I didn't. But yeah, Angelo isn't using the thing, but he decided, I've got to put it somewhere respectful. He has decided to at least do that much.
Yeah. And Dominica's just sort of resting as well, because she drained herself a lot putting all that magic together and siphoning everything into the overload.
I think at some point Angelo does kind of come along and just say to Dominica, when we first met, I thought that the whole circus thing was untoward, that there was some ulterior motive to it. I don't know if it's worth... I don't know, just the way everything was leading to, but I just wanted to apologize for thinking that way. Not that it matters much, I suppose, at the end of it, and thank you for... I mean, I don't even know. Well, you came and helped us beyond the point.
Well, there was an ulterior motive. It was to bring myself back to health.
I wouldn't say that... Well, when I say an ulterior motive, something evil, I wouldn't slight you for what you wanted to achieve.
Well, once we get back to Emberwell, I'll be able to tell Arius so we can finally just move on with everything.
What's next?
Oh, find the life to lead. Wander around a bit more, but find somewhere where I can rest myself.
Is the circus done then?
Yeah, everyone will have to find their own way. Which, well, I know I have faith that they all can. Even young fish, as scattered as he seemed.
Does she know Fish's story?
She does.
Nice. That line has a very different like vibe when you know what Fish's deal is. What he's going through.
There are plenty more cousins out there in the world.
Many, many cousins.
He's gotten through less than 1% of them.
All right. So as you're going around, the afternoon approaches, and
So
it is.
for Felina, just what she's been doing the past few days.
Huh? What has Felina been doing?
Right. No, I was just gonna go over that.
Yeah. Okay. Go over it.
Because she's been spending a lot of time, either by herself or like with Scott.
Oh, by the way,
Sylvana.
you are really quiet.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
really
oh,
quiet.
We got really quiet.
I'm not sure why. I don't know. I'm
Did your mic auto adjust?
maybe. Am I still really quiet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not changed anything on my. Nope, input volume is still as loud.
Weird.
Weird. Did you move away from the mic?
Nope, I'm in the same spot I was earlier.
Huh.
Like, I was
You?
kind of leaning forward then a bit, out of the range, but I am definitely in its range now.
I don't know what to tell you then. That's bizarre.
Here, I can. How do I sound now?
Yep.
Good.
There we go.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Alright, I'm back on the original setting, so let me know if the static comes back in.
Okay.
So Sullivan, or Felina, she spent time with Sullivan, spent time with Scott, spent a lot of time with Dominica, actually, kind of sulking with her. And just other than that, a lot of time on her own. But she's been very much avoiding Hero, but avoiding Angelo a little bit too, not to the same degree. Like with Hero, she's like, if Hero walks into a room, she will like just drop whatever and leave at this point. But even with Angelo, she's kind of like vaguely, avoiding him. Probably stopping by to talk to Ryu, in the jail. Decent.
Yeah.
She's also been drinking a little bit, definitely more than she previously had been. And, spending a lot of time sort of chatting with Dominica about, her feelings on how things gone, looking out to sea, thinking about everyone's future. Actually, I'll say if the town has any like religious texts, or like books about the gods and stuff like that, she's gonna read. She spends some of her time reading those, studying up on the gods a bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wanted to cover what she's been up to.
All right. Well, today's the day that you probably all need to go back to Emberwell.
Mm-hmm.
So you're all gonna have to gather together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Felina's dressed in her lawyering suit again.
Yep. And no rolls this time. The bridge to anywhere, it works. Y'all wave goodbye. Again, Seka yells at Hero that he better be back soon.
Oh, I will.
I think once on the other end of the teleport, Angelo just says, I think she's into you.
What? What? Wait, Hero just also check up on Rio for me. Hey, what did you say, Angelo?
I think she's into you.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
Felina doesn't make a tease. She doesn't engage with the situation. Like, you can tell there's some part of her brain that, like, thinks of one and is almost on, like, instinct going to say it, but she stops herself.
Well, Angelo makes this.
Angelo
just mutters, I can't believe there's someone on that island who's suffered worse than Ryu.
Felina suppresses a little snort at that.
Eeny.
All right, and
Anyway, maybe one day I'll, maybe, you know, hmm, you think he is? Oh no.
Felina, when the court date arrives,
Yeah.
how do you handle yourself in the court?
If anything, better than before. She's like really, she's been thinking about how she's gonna do this, and she is like, I mean, professional, but she's, into it. She's persuasive. She's, very clear. She's in better form than, she's ever been as a lawyer. There's none of that, like, kind of. All that, like, hapless fumbling is gone.
All right.
Looks like she's been doing it for years.
Well, the judge finds your case persuasive and lets you all out.
Nice.
You're all free to go wherever you need to go. The circus is disbanded, and it's time to set out into the world. So let me ask you all, where do you go and what do you do? Who wants
So I think Angelo wants to keep adventuring with Hero, if that's the path
Yeah.
they're on. I think with Angelo's current thing, he wants more time to figure out truly where he's going and what he's doing. But I do also think he checks in Tenzas to see what's going on. Like he does admit that's a risk given like what happened, but did he inherit? Did he not? It doesn't actually much matter to him, but he wants to know and settle his, and return the Vambrace at the very least.
Yes,
And if anything, money is always good.
you are considered after there's a lot of like talk amongst what had happened between you and your father, but at the end of the day, you are considered to be the sole heir and the sole head of the Lombard household now.
So I think what Angelo does with a lot of that is he returns his father's Vambrace to the city. Like he doesn't keep that for himself. He doesn't return it to house. He hands that over to the city as like, I know what you all thought of my father, and I think he does actually, without besmirching his name, but I think the official record is, whatever you knew of my father, I knew him to be a worse man, is the record he leaves them with.
Right.
And yeah, I think he actually shutters a lot. Like he kind of takes himself off of the Tenzas nobility and probably sells the house off and kind of puts a lot of the money into like kind of the bank to fund the adventures and fund the thing. And like that's basically like he tries to leave a lot of it behind him, but uses what he has. He doesn't want to be a noble in Tenzas. He sees off all of his old tutors, all of his old teachers, all the people he knew who may have known what's going on, and he gives them the story, basically. And he thanks them for, like, what they did, at the very least.
Okay.
But he
And
does
Hero.
maintain the name
Hero.
Angelo.
Well, yeah, no, Hero, keeps adventuring with Angelo for a while. But I think at one point, Hero does decide he's gonna return to Anoth.
I think when that happens, Angelo lets him go by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hero, for a bit of reflecting, like he wants to, be there for the people he cares about, and I think he actually, through these sort of experiences, decides to actually do take up the mantle of being a master of the Hishikawa school.
All right.
Obviously, Angelo will visit Felina, depending on how awkward that winds up.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, Felina, what she's doing after this?
Yeah.
Alright, so, I mean, right at the start, as we're settling things out, and she and Silvana, that is something Felina pretty immediately does kind of make clear. Yeah, I'm headed home. You two, Angelo and Hero, have fun. My adventuring days are over now.
And Silvana as well also
Yeah.
decided she needs to head back to Paragon.
Yeah. But so as they're making plans, Felina's going to approach Scott, um, Kochi too, and say, hey, so ring team, um, what are both of your plans going forward? Do you have anything really on lock?
Scott's thought is just, well, I just want to be as far away from here as possible because my father's around here, and I
Perfect.
want to go to Regents.
Kochi, any plans?
Well, I guess I was gonna have to go see if I can get my old job back and marry.
So, about that. And Felina kind of leans in. Look, my adventuring days are done, just as anyone. But hey, think I can, how I've been doing all this lawyering, protecting you. Thing is, haven't really been legally supposed to do that. I am not licensed as a lawyer, but this point, I think I'm gonna change that. My dad's a lawyer down in Terrebonne. There's some baggage there, but gonna go and try and get my official legal certification and open up my own law office. Now, uh, I'm certainly gonna need, can't run a place by myself. Need someone, answer doors, make appointments, just general organizing work, things like that. Scott, Kochi, either of you interested?
Scott like blinks for a moment and goes, "Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
why not?"
And Kochi, even if you're not, I would, I mean, I mentioned my father. I have some connections with the Terrebonne, organized crime and all that, and I know they run the brothel racket there. If you wanted, to stay in the industry, I could probably, as a favor, one, ring bearer to another. I could probably get you, a good setup, whatever you want, if you want
Better,
to stay in the industry.
better pay.
Probably. I hope,
Well,
unless you were making, gangbusters in Marion and just haven't mentioned it,
I,
probably.
I will get my affairs in order in Marion. I will meet you in Terrebonne.
Don't. It's a trap. Don't go to Terrebonne.
And yeah, cool. Wow. It will probably take me, I don't know, maybe a month to get everything set up, but so well, I mean, I'll do my best to help you guys get by in the meantime, but well, hopefully for you, I can get you set up as soon as we're down there, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, also before we leave, going to Sullivanna and saying kind of the same thing. Well, we've talked about it a bit. I think I am going to set up that legal practice.
Interesting.
Look, you have your own thing, doing whatever in Terrebonne, and I know this is going to be complicated for you with the whole. I mean, I'm going to have to deal with my dad, just getting set up as a lawyer. Um, but I mean, who knows if he's like the one other lawyer in town? I'm probably going to be going up against him in court more than anyone else. But look, my point is, you talked about regretting things. Uh, I could probably use some muscle, freelance, whatever. If you want some money, want some way to make a living or take care of yourself, doing something other than you know, going out and picking fights with criminals trying to get yourself killed. I mean, I could use PI, security, if you're interested in work sometime. You're definitely capable of taking care of yourself, but look, we can't all, we need to look to the future.
Yeah, Sylvana molds it over and she looks actually surprised. She says, "Well, I can't believe I'd ever said this, but I suppose I'll give it a shot.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah.
Just remember that my nights are taken.
Well, we'll see.
She's gonna moonlight as a vigilante.
Wild.
And so yeah, that's what Felina's gonna do. Go down and go to Davros, like let him know. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do the lawyer thing for real. Ask him to be her, like, I don't know, lawyer sponsor or whatever, and pass the thing and set up a law office in Hellbasket.
All right.
She's very relieved to see Randall when she gets home.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a while where, like the first night she gets home, she does, basically just spend the whole night just sort of like hugging Randall. She doesn't tell him at first. She does not tell either of her parents about what actually happened with the whole almost becoming a god thing. But she does tell Randall about it eventually. Not sure how much that would really, make sense to him, but he at least knows all that.
All right.
Can't believe my girlfriend is important.
And, as the whole law office thing, is getting up, as Felina's starting to make arrangements on the whole becoming a lawyer, she does kind of start, like, prodding, Randall, trying to give him a hint that, like, hey, husband and wife, like, can't be compelled to testify against each other.
Oh.
That sort of thing. She tries to, like, prod him repeatedly into popping the question. I don't know. It's up to Neo if that works or if he's too oblivious.
He marries someone else.
Wow. Fuck you.
Well, you see, Felina, I know I've been in your life, but you can call her your stepmother. And he brings out another cat lady.
He just brings out her actual mom.
But no, he's mostly oblivious.
Okay, Felina eventually sighs and just asks him herself, a bit embarrassed that it came to that.
Yeah, he's surprised, but he's like, yeah, okay, sounds fun.
Cool. Yeah. Angelo is invited to the wedding, whenever that happens.
He goes.
She debates for a long time over whether or not to invite Hero. But eventually she does. I don't know, maybe Sylvana talks her into it. But she does invite Hero. See if he'd come. Yeah.
Well, for sake of no Hero comes.
Angelo does as well. Comes in a pretty nicely tailored suit.
Nice.
He has some money on him now.
And I guess if you guys are probably still adventuring together. Like, how long do you two spend together adventuring?
I imagine, how long, yeah, okay, it's up to you, Sweet. How long are Hero and Angelo, adventuring post the adventure before he's like,
I don't
actually,
know, maybe...
go, a few months? I imagine this is, given the time span of things. I don't know.
Maybe it's, a year or two, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, that seems, sensible for getting a lore office set up and...
Oh, yeah, and no, Felina getting married happens definitely within a year of the end of this.
Oh, yeah.
So, but maybe that's... Either they're still adventuring at that point, or he comes back from Anoff.
I feel like you guys would still be adventuring within the year.
Yeah.
You know what? For seeing Felina marry, Hero puts 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 together.
Oh,
And that's why he returns to Anoff.
That's what makes it click, is I understand.
Oh, wow.
He goes and asks Scott to come with him to Anoff.
He went, oh.
Sorry, Felina.
Oh, no.
I'm stealing your secretary boy toy.
No, Hero just goes, wait a minute. Oh God, he was serious even when we were children.
And that's like
Angelo,
he just disappears halfway through the wedding.
Angelo, I made a huge mistake.
Well, it's time to
All
fix
right.
it.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll say when you two like see Felina, she's aged a lot in the year. You know, she has like stress crow's feet and stuff like that. Has her hair, done up a bit more. Is just she seems a lot more stressed out. Is definitely drinking a lot more, but she doesn't seem like unhappy. She's still laughing. She seems to be enjoying her life. Just she's a lot more, I don't know, adult now.
I think Angelo, for the thing of it, like his hair has grown back to about like shoulder length at this point. Like the slightly ridiculous haircut. He's looking a lot happier. His eyes a lot easier. Like actually, he kind of went the opposite way where he looks less stressed, and he's kind of come in a. He kind of knows enough etiquette at this point that he came in a very like just nice looking black suit, not upstaging anyone, not trying to do that.
Oh, by the way, Hero and Angelo 100% remade the cart.
Oh yeah, we made the angel.
God.
I like to think as well we do have like a couple different adventuring companions that like we.
I do like the idea of just that's the first time Felina's seen these two in ages. Is just that thing rolling into town.
Yeah, we just like
oh,
the Angel 2 is fucking rolling through town. It's a much nicer cart and it has a proper sail and everything.
I like to think that they have speed caps, with goggles.
We've learned to obey the rules of the road. As Angelo kind of pulls up and Felina's there, he does kind of step off and kind of whisper, I apologize, it was Hero's idea. He was enamored with the cart.
I'm sure. And yeah, Felina gives him, a hug,
Yeah,
like a long time no see, that slightly awkward friendship hug, like, yeah.
Because like, they did not leave on the best of terms a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walks up. Felina, I know we didn't leave on the best terms, but, well, congratulations. And thanks for inviting me anyways.
Yeah, I definitely do owe you still.
Yeah, I owe you a bit.
Felina kind of like makes a bit of a face at that.
He's learned a lot in the last year, but he hasn't changed any, so all that learning wasn't worth much.
Anyways.
Yeah, well, anyways, Scott would have killed me if I didn't invite you, so...
Yeah, no, Scott's a stand-up guy.
He's standing up on something.
Fuck, what? So what the fuck did Hero and Angelo bring for the wedding gifts?
Oh, that's a good point. What did we bring? Yeah, it's got to be something.
Skateboard.
Another
skateboard.
Fucking a jewel-encrusted skateboard.
Felina's like, yeah, you better have stepped up your, gifts. I'm a mob princess now. Like, come on,
Oh, I know what Angelo brought. What is it? Like, I'm trying to remember what they're called. He brought Felina a bangle, and it's one that he got from like basically a cart that a bunch of bandits had robbed, but that was left behind.
Interesting.
It's gold.
Felina really likes that.
Yeah, it's gold with a few red gems kind of aligning it.
Oh, it matches her ring.
Figured you'd appreciate something that, that the bandits had forgotten to grab.
Well,
I do.
And I checked.
That's so sweet.
And just so you know, I checked. There are no curses on that.
That does mean a lot. Felina says, already having put it on. Oh yeah, I guess. Wait, if we're opening gifts, I guess we're like at the actual wedding.
Yeah,
now.
if it skips to an appropriate time for that.
Yeah, no.
Did Chestnut come to the wedding? Actually, you made the joke, but now I'm really curious if he would have come.
You know what? Sure.
Wow.
There's-
Oh
Does he-
no!
does
Oh
he have-
no! He's gonna kill me! I fucking insulted the shit out of him.
Does he have a bow tie? Does he have a Lysil bow tie?
But I will say, I imagine part of just what Felina's like early, lawyerings jobs, one of the first things I imagine she would be doing is being like the snakes and like the Terrebone mobs, they've interacted a bit, and there's currently, some tension there. And Felina essentially representing this being their, spokesperson to interact with um the lawyers or with the mob,
Oh yeah. By the way, Hero's gift. He also got it from like some bandits, but it turns out it's authentic Anoff sake and like pretty nice one. He just kept. He never drank it himself, but might as well. You two might as well enjoy it.
Thank you. Felina says, nodding like sincerely, yeah, that's a nice gift. She appreciates it.
Just don't down the whole bottle. I've seen people do that. Doesn't end well.
Oh, don't worry. I'll only down half of it tonight. He can take the other half, Felina says, patting Randall's shoulder.
Congratulations, Randall. How does it feel being a married man?
It feels the same as yesterday, really.
You're a romantic to the end, Randall.
Yeah.
Do you still try and drink salt water?
Oh, there's no salt water around here.
Well, I brought some from Anoff.
Actually, Hero being weirdly kind. Actually brought, yeah.
No,
we
he
brought
did.
some.
He did not bring
We-
authentic Anoff seawards. We're known for the best salt water in the world.
All right, and you all
Huh?
just celebrate at the wedding.
I have another question about the wedding, actually.
Yeah.
Stella and Davros, I mean, obviously Felina has talked to both of them plenty between then and now, but like, I don't know, this is the other two's first time. How is their whole dynamic going? Like, what is their relationship looking like these days?
Together, they're sitting together. It's a little awkward, but I'd say as the wedding goes on, they share a few moments.
That's cute. I'm just imagining the seething awkward tension as like, some of the other mob like Arion and them are there because it's, Davros's daughter's wedding. But also Sylvana is there.
There is a
she's
non-zero chance, that Ariana is there, and Vigor is there, and Sylvana is there. And it's the most awkward get-together of people.
I mean, it's not like they haven't been in a room together before, but just like...
As with Davros and the woman he knocked up.
Yeah.
The only fucking...
That's a very rude way to describe what his relationship with Stella is. Like, they had a whole relationship.
You
know what? This is only missing. It's only missing a rat.
He had to choose between a woman and a basement, and he picked the basement.
Sigma male.
All right. So
what? O'Malley's reaction to hearing Davros has fucked was like, what?
yeah.
No.
How did news reach him?
He has people who tell him things.
Yeah, when the reveal came,
one of his henchmen bursts into the room. Davros had sex.
O'Malley's like, what? This cannot stand.
I'll see about that.
Truce is off. At the wedding, we invade.
Yeah, O'Malley's just like looking through a vent right now. No.
Oh no, not the O'Malley, but
All right. So with all that, I suppose we can finally come to an end.
And so ends the story about Sonic Heroes.
There we go. And our next party, I think, will be a 2-year time skip.
Ooh.
Once
3007.
3007.
So be sure to actually tell me what your choice of character is.
Yeah,
I,
I'll figure that out.
yeah,
Had to be after this.
I guess
Meantime,
I need to.
this
I,
second
I need.
party ends on a wedding.
Yeah.
In
A
in
mob
the
wedding
same
at that.
in the
Wedding
same
in
city, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Terrebonne, it's the Paris
So here's
of
here's the
Hemlock.
question.
I want to point out, actually, Felina is officially the first one of my characters to not wind up working at a restaurant in some capacity.
Huh. I guess so.
So yeah. So here's the question.
Yeah.
Considering it's Randall and Felina, how fast before they start cheating on each other?
Oh, they don't cheat on it anymore because now they're swingers.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. That was for when they were dating. You know, they're married. They're more mature than that now.
Yeah.
Um,
There we go.
All right. There we go. The
There we
end of the
go.
party.
that was a weird ending for Felina. It was mostly the good ending, but like, you know, it was a more halfway between the good ending and the like bad ending.
So, So, okay, there were 3 endings: bad, good, and
No,
weak.
4 ending.
Oh, right.
Bad, dark, good, and funny. I actually don't see part of the difference between like the so the bad ending was she doesn't get what she wants or what she needs. You know, what she wants being the sort of to transcend thing, and what she needs being to accept, you know, the value of like the connections in her life and whatnot. Um, the dark end would have been her just like transcending exactly how she wanted to, what Angelo wanted to stop. Um, the thing is, I don't think things would have gone like that. Just because of that was one thing, you know, asking the god of death. I think the funny ending was Felina tries to just transcend, become beyond everything, and accidentally just like stumbles into becoming a god, which Felina would hate, and just having to deal with all the responsibilities and everything of being a god, you know, dealing with prayers and stuff like that. And so Felina came so close. It was literally one roll away if Hero hadn't like kicked the thing away from her and grabbed it. I think she would have like gone down the funny end path, become a god, and then just regretted it and wanted to go back to the way things were.
So, wait, so that's 3, right?
Yeah, well, and then the good end is just,
Yeah,
you know, she more or less what she got. You know, she accepts that, like, learns what she really needs, you know, and learns to let go of this ill thought out desire to ascend beyond.
Hmm. I think Angelo just
Which
kind
she
of got a
mostly
very...
did. She just did it in a way that, like, left her kind of bitter and jaded. But that adds to the whole Saul Goodmanification of her, though.
I think Angelo just got a very vague ending, which is he's not quite done. Which is like, he enjoyed that last adventure, but there wasn't much like actual stakes to that. He didn't enjoy the Felina part for like the emotional turmoil of it and having to kind of confront that. Though I think it was for the best for him, but then it's just adventuring and going on the road and still thinking I've still got things to figure out.
Yeah. I think the darkest thing was just like, yeah, I wasn't expecting that where things to go, but just, yeah, Felina wound up in this place where it's partially unfair, but like, you know, she can recognize that Angelo's a very good friend and someone she cares about a lot, and Hero's a good person and all, but like, she really can't enjoy being around either of them anymore. Um,
Damn.
and that's kind of a bummer.
That's fucking weird.
I mean, who knows? It could change with time, but just like
I mean, I think it was they were fundamentally different people. Like, she kind of got on the roller coaster ride of the adventure, and the kind of tragedy of it was, as she got more and more power and got addicted to it and thought there is something beyond this, she kind of got told at the last second, actually, you have to stop now. And I do actually think it was the right thing that she got stopped. But it's also like, I don't know.
I think it was the right call stopping her, though ironically, I think it would have been fine if it went through, just because she wouldn't have gotten exactly, technically, you know. I think Felina becoming a new god of theft would have been fine, but her, like, getting what she actually wanted, this whole transcending thing, that would have been bad, but... Even then, though, I don't think that would have been bad for anyone except her. Like, she wouldn't have ended the world or had some disastrous thing. I think she basically would have just kept ascending until she was, like, basically completely, like, you know, just not even a part of reality anymore. She would just kind of, like...
So that's essentially so Angelo called it exactly, basically.
Yeah. No, I think with the whole ascending forever thing, I think that very much is, if she got her way, what she would have wound up doing. Out of, like, an existential crisis. But again, based on the gods, what they were talking about, I think it probably would have been, you know, she accidentally becomes a new god, which would have been funny, but...
Or, like, the extra funny ending is she just uses what power she has to sever herself from her godhood, and yeah, it does just go back to, like, alright, that we really achieved nothing here. This was just like, oh yeah,
well,
okay.
she would have learned a lesson that way.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Angela.
Long session.
Yeah, that was long.
And sessions always are.
See, I would have split that into 2 sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
We have
what's done
hit
is
the
done.
6-hour mark. That was just genuinely right then.
There we go.
Fucking
There we
hell.
go.
Alright, so any bonds? No.
Yeah, any bond.
I will work on my final closing bonds with each of them, but that's going to take me a while to figure that stuff out.
I'll stop recording then.
All right, cool.